Hi guys, welcome to Around the Campfire with AmeriCamp, the ultimate summer camp podcast. I'm Rob. I'm delighted to be joined today by one of our brand ambassadors, Nell. Hello Nell, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Good, fantastic. So we love on the podcast to get people in that sort of have different experiences at camp. Obviously this was your first summer going to camp. Do you just want to start, just tell me where you went to, what you did, and how was your experience?
So I went to a camp called Echo Lake in New York State, upstate New York.
Oh, fantastic. So what type of camp was that?
It was like a boys and girls camp, all sorts of, like, it wasn't really specific to like sports or anything, it was just all sorts of.
Okay, fantastic. So what job role did you do?
So I was like a general counsellor, campus specialist we were called.
Campus specialist. So did you specialise in one area or did you do like a little bit of everything then?
I just don't, so I'd like be with the kids all day and go to like all the different activities all day with them.
That's what I like being a general counsellor. So I was a general counsellor my first summer, and I like the fact you could do that little bit of everything and sort of join in everything. Because being a specialist is great, but you are sort of tied to one area. Like you said, as a general counsellor, you probably did everything. So what was actually like your favourite activity then?
My favourite activity, I loved I like going on trip, like we'd so every week or probably every week we'd go on like a trip to like, we'd do like these trek trips and the kids could sign up to do them if they wanted to.
Fantastic. So like outside of camp trips?
Yeah, so it'd be like off site, and we'd do like, so I went kayaking, caving, which was a bit scary. Like we went up like a mountain, like rock climbing, I love doing stuff like that because it gets you off camp for a day as well, and it's just like, it's something different and it's fun, and and you're with kids who genuinely want to do it because they've signed up to it as well.
That's quite unique. So the camps that I went, I've never offered off camp trips. So the fact you get that experience of like, you know, going up an American mountain with a bunch of kids you probably never expected to do. So what age of kids did you work with as well? Was it older, younger? Or?
Yeah, so mine were 11. They were in like the inter division. So we had like 3 divisions: junior, inter, and senior village. Mine were lower inters. They were 11.
Okay, was it all girls you worked with, or was it a mix, or boys? Or?
All girls. But like the groups did like mix quite like a lot. So say like the electives, like the trips, or like they could sign up to do like whatever sport they wanted and whatever. That was always mixed with like the boy version of that age group.
Makes complete sense. In terms of what you expected, because us at AmeriCamp, obviously we've all been to camp, we love it. We try and get across what camp's actually like to the applicants, but sometimes, you know, it's completely different because it's such a unique environment. How was camp compared to your expectations going in? Was it better? Was it worse? Was it different in ways you weren't expecting?
I don't know, because like obviously like you see like the videos and the TikToks and stuff, that, and it is what it's like it is, but at the like it's so much different as well at the same time. Like no one, like I don't know, it's like a weird feeling. Like,
it is,
and like everyone always says like you're in like a bubble, like a camp bubble, and I never really got what that meant, but you are like it's such a bubble.
It amazes me how you can build such a life for yourself in like 2 to 3 months,
literally, and like make so many like close friends, like, and even with the kids, like you make like the closest relationships with people that you've ever it's like insane.
It's crazy. It's just because it's such a community environment where you all have to sort of buy in, and everyone, especially international staff's gone through a lot of effort to be there, so they're there for the right reasons.
You do put a lot of effort in when you're there as well. Like, so because I was quite homesick at the start as well, because I was nervous about going, and which is natural. Like I think a lot of people were, and like towards the end of camp, like I'd say to my mates, like, oh my god, I was so homesick at the start. Like I don't know why else. And everyone was like, yes, so was I. But like no one really said anything at the start. But then you just end up being like so close with the people, and like you put loads of effort in to make it like work, because you've put a lot of effort into going, and you obviously do want to go, because otherwise you wouldn't have done all the work to get there otherwise at the start.
No, definitely. I think that's a really good point. Like the first 2 weeks of camp, like this was my 4th summer going to camp, and even I felt overwhelmed. Like you're still in a new country, getting a new job with new people and stuff. So I think it's really great, like you said, that everyone's probably feeling the same, and that you can overcome that step and then have like the best summer of your life.
It is like the best summer ever.
Yeah. So what about the kids themselves then? Because the campers are unique, let's say, especially comparing like American children to my experience working with UK children. A lot more camp rock, High School Musical, theatrical. That was my experience anyway. Were the campers what you expected and working with them?
Yeah, like I don't know, I didn't really have any I didn't have much like expectations for the kids, if you get me. Like I just presumed that like all kids are like the same, like kids are just like silly or whatever. But yeah, they were all lovely, and they were all they were just like silly and just were having fun, and like obviously like they've paid to come here as well, so like they want to like have loads of fun. And
no, definitely. What I found with my camp was that a lot of the campers have been there for 5-6 years. I'm not sure if it's the same for you, so they know summer camp is such a part of like the American culture.
Part of their life.
Yeah, and they love like talking about it and being like, oh well, last year we did this activity, and sort of teaching you about camp, which I think was a great way to get involved with it. So in terms of traditions at your camp, did Echo Lake have any certain traditions that are like unique to you guys, or theme days or anything like that?
I'm not sure if they're like unique to specifically us, but we did like a couple of my favourites were probably like we'd have special day, so we'd have like inter special day, which was just the inter division, then we'd have like girls camp special day, and we'd just like the counsellors we'd like plan to like just like change the day completely, and we wouldn't tell them until like the morning, then we'd wait.
That's cool.
So me and like my co-counsellors, we put like, you know, like streamers on the door. So we put like streamers on the door while they were asleep, and then we had like party poppers and like cool. horns and stuff, and we had like the speaker playing, and we woke them up being like, it's special day. And we were like throwing like stuff all over them.
So was special day like you changed the activities?
Yeah, we just changed the activities, and so, and like stuff that they spoke about that they wanted to do as well, that like maybe they've done in past years, like a private pool party in the senior village pool rather than like the main camp pool, and stuff that we've done for them, and stuff like that.
It's those special days are great. Like a normal camp day is fantastic as well, but when you can sort of mix it up a little bit, both for yourself and the kids.
And we'd have like a slip and slide and ice cream party. They loved ice cream party.
Yeah, that's what it's like. Again, it's one of those things where before you went on there, you probably weren't expecting to be waking up a bunch of children with a pop at 6-7 in the morning. But it's one of those things where the kids are going to remember it, and then it's probably going to be the funnest workplace start to a day you've ever had there. You can sort of do that sort of thing as well. Are you planning to go back to camp next year, hopefully? Is it something, an experience that you would want to do again?
I'd really want to go back again.
It sort of gets in your blood. I mean, I first went when I was 19, I'm almost 27 now. And the fact that like it's my fourth time, I want to keep going back, make it a whole sort of thing as well. Another fun part of the experience is travelling afterwards. We've hopefully got a massive sort of map of America here. Were you able to travel much afterwards for your 30 days? Or?
So I went to 4 different states. So after camp I went down to New York. I was in New York City for 2 days, and then I went to Tennessee, and I went to Nashville and Memphis, and then after that I went to DC, and I had about 5 days in DC, and then I flew down to Florida.
Oh wow.
And I had like 9 days in Florida in Orlando, and then 8 days probably, and then after that I flew back up to New York, and I had like 4 days in New York City, and then I flew home.
That's like a whole holiday. Like that was like a full 30 days. So did you travel with people from camp then, like friends you made, or so was that again before you went? Were you sort of nervous about I'm going to make friends and people to travel with and stuff? Like how did you find the whole traveling afterwards and booking it all and stuff?
Yeah, so I'd already spoke to a few people. Like there was there's quite like a large community as well, like on Facebook and stuff, where like you can met like there's the AmeriCamp Facebook page, which that's how I met like quite a few people, and then there was and then from that like there was a group chat, like a CEL group chat with that I went into. So then I spoke to a few people and was like, so I flew out with them as well. Then we all booked the same flight, and we flew out together, and then we ended up travelling together as well. Like we made really good friends. Like one of them I'm seeing on Monday. I think one of them I might be seeing later on.
It's again, I've already had 2 camp reunions and I've been back 3 weeks. So it's amazing how you just want to capture that feeling again.
Yeah, like you just see everyone like so much anyway when you get back.
That's fantastic, because the travelling afterwards, like obviously you go to camp for camp, but the travelling afterwards is such a good sort of bonus and part of it. What was your favourite place you went to then? Out of all of them, it's hard to pick because I know you probably have different memories in each.
Probably Nashville.
Yeah, that's the one everyone says.
Nashville's so cool.
I did it my first summer and I absolutely loved it, and I didn't have a chance to do it this summer.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's just, was it like the music side of things? Or
I'd go again. Like I think I would definitely go again.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I suppose when you go back next year as well, you can probably plan different places you want to go to. Maybe head towards the West Coast.
That's what I think we're planning on doing, because like most people are wanting to go back anyway next year. So we were saying like we want to do like a West Coast sort of road trip and stuff.
Definitely. I think as well, I was lucky enough to like the wages I made at camp, because obviously you get paid to do AmeriCamp, so like first job, and you still make money out of it, was enough to cover my travel afterwards. Was it sort of the same for you? Like
like pretty much. Obviously I saved money myself, and then I spent all my camp wages, which is like obviously like such a bonus. Yeah,
that's why, because I think it's really good the fact that you can go and have like 3 months out there, and then you get basically a holiday afterwards of all your best mates, and it's sort of paid for by your work for all the summer. So fantastic then. So sort of moving to your journey before you actually went to camp. You were hired at a camp fair event we held, is that correct? Yeah. So we've got one coming up on November 4th in Manchester, Saturday. Camp fair days are crazy days. We have all these camp directors here. It can sort of be sometimes overwhelming for the applicants. We're just sort of hoping, can you speak to like what your experience was like coming to the camp fair then? Like how did you prepare for it? What was it like speaking to the camps, that sort of thing?
I just thought it was so easy, and like you get given like your application and stuff, and like what I'd say is like don't be nervous, because like these people know that you want to come, like they know the type of person you are if you want to do AmeriCamp, and you've been through the interview and the application process first. So if you weren't a good fit for camp, then like you wouldn't be at that point.
Definitely, yeah.
So the camps just want to get to know you, and like if one's not a good fit, then that's like fine, because there's like so many others.
No, definitely.
It's so easy.
So did you like research the camps beforehand? What was sort of your strategy going into it?
Not necessarily, no. Like I'd done some research on them, but I wanted to just go in like with an open mind, like, because you don't get the best idea. And sometimes I think, because I went to 2 camp fairs as well, and the first one I didn't find a camp that suited me.
Yeah.
But I'd done like loads of research on all the camps, and I got it in my head that I really wanted to go to this one.
Yeah.
Whereas like now that I've been to like Echo, like I wouldn't
like
want to go
place,
anywhere else on earth. Like I couldn't imagine going anywhere else. So
that's weird, yeah. No, but that's probably a great sort of story as well. Like we do have access to all these camps, but if it's not your camp there, like if you don't feel like it's your place, there's plenty more opportunities with another event.
Like so, and like don't be disheartened if you don't find one, because like there's so many, like you will go.
No, definitely. And then I think the fact you did get hired at a camp, like were you able to sort of connect with other people that were going to the same camp as you that were hired on the day?
Yeah, so there was a few people that were hired on the same day that I spoke to and stuff, and it was nice as well to meet the directors, because there was like. So there was 2 like head staff at the camp fair that then when I got to camp, like on the first first day that I was there, I was so overwhelmed. Like we got there about 5 or 6 p.m. because we'd like been on the bus for 4 hours. There was one like member head staff, and he was like, I know you, like you were at the Manchester Fair. Like
it's that in-person connection.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh my god, he remembers me.
Yeah, it's also as well like you can sort of get a gauge of what the camp's gonna be like based off the people that you speak to in person, rather than it just sort of being a website or a name online or anything like that. So, what was your actual interview like, if you can remember, with the directors? Was it quite casual? Was it just all going over your skills?
Yeah, it was really casual. The person who I spoke to, he was actually originally from like where I'm from now, and he's been at camp for like 11 years. Like we had that in common. He was like, I've been like, it's gonna be like my 11th summer at camp. Like he's got like a wife, kids, like he lives in New York, but he'd been going since he was like my age. So
that's probably
that.
A perfect example of someone that thought they might do this experience once and then completely change their lives into something different as well. Fantastic. It was great to hear like the camp fair worked out for you. Because again, it's just such a fun day as well. Like the one we got coming up in November, we're doing like raffles. We're gonna try and make like a big event there and have lots of fun with it. So it's good to hear from someone that's actually got a job out of it as well. So after you finished camp, obviously you became one of our brand ambassadors for AmeriCamp. What sort of made you want to represent the AmeriCamp brand afterwards then?
Just because I want to like encourage other people to do it, and like just make people like aware and make people want to do it. Like it's just the best thing. It's the best summer.
And that's it. Did you find once you got back from camp, all you did was talk to people about camp?
And and people don't like, people who haven't been or aren't interested like don't want to listen. Like they do not care. So like I want to be able to talk like to people like who actually want to go or who have been, that like want to listen, because like people who like if you don't know, like you just don't care, and I'm like, come on guys.
That's the thing, like it's just trying to get it across to people. Like when I came back from camp first summer, the people were like what are you talking about, like what is this place? But again, it sort of gets just in your blood and you just want to talk about it constantly. So that's the great thing about being an ambassador, is that you're going to be chatting to people, going up to all these events and stuff as well. So if you had to sum up, like, what would be the top reasons after you sort of experienced this all that someone should do AmeriCamp? Like, why should they sign up? Why should they get themselves a summer camp?
Just to step out your comfort zone, visit new places, and make new friends.
Yeah, I mean,
they're like the free.
Hit the nail on the head again. These are the reasons that we keep pushing, but it's great to get someone that started off just as an applicant and now here you are a year later, probably completely changed for the better from your camp experience, able to talk about it. So it's been great having you in today, Nell, on the podcast. I think it's always fantastic to get different sort of people's experience of doing the programme and stuff. Nell is going to be at our camp fair event in Manchester on November 4. So if you want to speak to someone that's an applicant just like you are right now, I'm sure she'll be happy to answer questions. Again, talk to you about her experience this summer and not shut up about it. And also probably help you direct you towards the camps that work best for you. Nell, it's been lovely having you on. If you go back to camp next year, we can maybe get what it's like to be a return to podcast in like another year's time. But if you guys have any other suggestions for people you want to see on the podcast or any questions you want to ask, just let us know. If not, that'll be it for today, and I hope you enjoyed listening to the podcast. Bye guys.
Bye.